need to understand the concepts. So first of all, what is the array, what is the function, so everything. Okay, but it will take time to understand everything while doing the practice. uh, so coming to the object right now. Okay, so what is the object? So what simple definition, simple thing is nothing the more than so much lines of code, so much lines of theory. So I'm saying that object is nothing but a key value pair. Okay, object is nothing but the key value pair. So syntax would be like this. So object, open flower bracket, close flower bracket. Within that, write down the key value pair related things. Okay, so one second. So after that, um, so here value. So what I'm saying that value can be anything. Here value can be anything. Okay, anything like a array, how it's look like value is anything, right? A collection of the values. So here also value can be anything. And the key, whatever the key, you should be represented into the either string format or without the string format. But my recommendation for the key, by recommendation for the key, use a string format for that key. Okay, so I will tell you that why you have to take the string in the in the format. Okay, so now the same theoretical based on the theory, I have created the one object. Okay, so this is the object. So I have what I have prepared. This object I have stored into the customer one, and then I'm printing on that. That's it. So as per here, key should be in the format of the key. You can represent the key in the string format, either string or not string without the string. But based on the recommendation point, I have created the string, and value can be anything. But right now I'm using the string format key. Okay, value. So even here you can use the anything, even 5 also, that's okay. Even 5 also, that's okay. That is the key. Okay, so now as per now, name should not be in the number position, right? So I just create the John. And keep in mind, I could see that there is a small mistake people are doing that here. So whenever you are doing the declaration, the variable, so here customer ID, okay, some the customer ID, in case if I'm going to tell one, do not add any spaces between to the variable. Don't add that. Do not add the any special letters or like spaces or semicolon, like earth rate, and do not use the semicolon. Don't add the dot. Any special character should not, you should not use that. Only use the character. A to Z is okay, and underscore is okay, and the numbers also okay. Okay, so numbers, but do not add the any special characters, like if you press the shift. Okay, shift, and if you enter the one, it will give the that like kind of a uh, earth rate and ash symbol, dollar symbol, and remainder icon, some back tick. Okay, so whatever the thing, okay, you should not use that. Keep in mind that one. Okay, so here, and coming back to here, um, okay, so coming back to here, second example. This is the first example. So I have print that and save here. And what is the index.html? So here keep in mind, whenever you are searching in the VS Code, whenever you are searching in the VS Code, I'm having the many files, right? Even you can go here and you can select that. Otherwise, just press the Control P. Control P is the keyboard keyword. So which is give the files names list of the project. Control P. I click the Control P. So account that I have taken the what is that, index.html here. Okay, index.html. I think I have taken the object basics only. Um, Back to here, customer one. One second. Save all. Let me save. Still it's not printing. Yeah, now it's printing. See that? Let me comment at this one, this example first of all. So you can see the data name one. Okay, now come back to the another example. Come back to the another example, number two example. So here I have prepared the object. I have taken the multiple key and value pairs. Example 2, I have taken the multiple key and value pairs. Anyone have any confusion? No, right? The first time I have taken the name John, and the second thing is next customer I have taken with the multiple key and value pairs. So as per discussion, key value like anything. So as per the rule, so each one I have taken the name, I have taken the something name, price I have taken the price, something location I have taken, and I said that something admin role, whether he is admin role or not, something that customer is having that admin role or not. So I have taken the boolean property. Again the family details, I have taken the family details followed by the see that underscore. You can allow the, you can write the some underscore also, that's no problem. Okay, I did this family details. So family details, I've written the something values to 3 values. I like let me say that is a kind of a spouse name, and maybe he is a I mean the kid, his name is Robert J, and he's having the 10 years old. Something you can prepare the your own example, anything. So based on the family details, I just give the some 3 values. Okay, and then street name. Street name, I just give the null value. Null value in this, what is the meaning of the null value in the sense? There is no value for the street name. So no value. It defined, but this doesn't have the any value. So if you define, if you wanted to define the value, but you wanted to store the as nothing in the value, that's a null value. Undefined in the sense there is no, just to travel to India in the sense. Undefined in the sense there is nothing. Null and undefined, keep in mind, null is a different value and undefined is a different value. Null is defined. What is the meaning of this? Defined, but nothing in that. Thing in that. It's defined, but nothing in that. So people say that hey, his mind is empty. Something, some kind of we use some kind of keywords, right? So that is nothing but null value. So undefined in the sense not defined at all. Okay, not defined. Like just it is not defined. Universe length, that is not defined, undefined. Okay. So come back to the here. So I've just taken the same example and print here and see that example. So I'm going to expand here. See the details, same thing. I got the correct output, something family details and is, and so whatever you are seeing the, this is in the what color this is, location, name. It's kind of a pink color here. I can see that. Okay. So family details is admin, name, price, street name, travel color. These are all the key values. And right hand side. So right hand side, left hand side, what I'm saying, I'm going to take the symbol of this one. How I'm going to tell in the left hand side, left hand side and right hand side. Left hand side is the key values. Right hand side is the values. So followed by the colon symbol. Colon symbol just to target this one. Left hand side is the key values, right hand side is the values. So object is nothing but the combination of key value pair, right? So that's why I say that key, this is the key and this is the value. So as of now, how many keys I'm having? I'm having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Some I'm having the 7 key value pair in the object. What kind of object? This is a customer to object. Okay, so this is the one customer to. So this is one kind of a object. You can say that initialize that. One more thing. So just think that this is one more thing. This is some kind of a advanced related object which contain to the multiple data types. See that this is okay. So I hope you understand this one object. So this, so technically what you have to do that, right? Technically what you have to explain. So I'm having the customer to related variable. So technically, what kind of technically you have to say that. So technically what I'm saying that I am uh, storing, first point, I'm storing the object data type. You can say that in the customer to variable technically. So here, here object. So whatever that in this one I'm saying that this one. Okay, here this object, whatever the object, this object contains the some 7 key value pair. And here I notice that every value having the different data type. So in this way, you have to understand. Okay, technically you have to understand this kind of a points. Okay, so this is the object. So let me say that one more object. That's something. So I'm going to use this some one object which is having this some few different data types again here. Okay, so you see that I'm not okay about this one, this array. So what is this exactly? I don't want like this kind of a syntax. So why I'm taking the array? I know that he is she is a spouse and some kid name. I meaning that this is a kid name and something age. So kid age I can say that. So I'm going to rewrite this object, the same object. I'm going to rewrite another way. So see that what will happen. See that same object. I'm going to rewrite this another way. See that what the same object, I just copy and paste. I rewrite the family details with the proper names, something. Okay. So whenever people see my code, my developers, whenever see my code, they can easily understand that, okay, he is creating the something customer ID, something, one second. So he is created the customer three object. Okay, so he has created this something customer three, some one object. So that object which contains the different data types. Okay, so he's having the name, price, the location is the London, and he's having the is admin role or not, and he's having some family details, some customer family details. So something he said that he's having some family details. So what is the spouse name? So and what is the kid name and what is the kid age? So simply see that. So instead of the array, I just created one more object. So what is I say that coming to the definition again. So like a so the object value. So value can be anything. Number, string, array, undefined. Anything it is the value. Okay. So instead of here, so now in the same example, instead of that, I have used the object value. Value, this is the value. This is the value. This is the value. This is the value. This is also value. So, but the value type is one more thing is the object again. So what kind of object I have taken? Family details I have taken the object. This is the object. This is the way you can define that. Okay. So again, I'm going to save this one. I'm going to show the output right now. So I'm going to open it into the separate window. So I'm going to click on three dots. Let me split this one. So I'm going to split this Windows browser and this one. So I'm going to take the first option here. So it will give the one to me. So I'm going to take this one. Okay, so directly I'm going to take this one. So here you got it, three dots. Anyone can see this. Three dots, click on that. I just click on that. I have taken the first option. It will the browser and console, it will be showing the different windows. So for our class purpose, I have taken the I don't take the browser window, I just taken the another window. Okay, so here I'm taking this one. Okay. I'm taking this one. So here what I'm taking right here, let me okay, for the refresh it will be the problem. Okay, no problem. I will take the this position only. So this is okay. So there is some problem if I'm going to take that window. Okay, so let me see. So I'm going to show the output right now. So this is the customer one, customer two. So first one is the customer one. This is the customer one, and something customer two example. And see, this is a customer two example, and this is the customer three example. So what will be the output now? So I'm going to expand this. See the data. So family details. So I'm going to expand this one, family details again. This one, kid age, kid name and spouse name again. So earlier what in the case number two, so people cannot understand what is this exactly. So there is some index. So here for the array, when you are going to define the array, by default, it will be occupied the position, 0 position 1 second. But for the array, so when you are going to design the object, you can get the proper things. So kid name and spouse name, everything. Okay, this is first of all, you have to understand this structure. So object. So again, object is nothing but the uh, which is nothing but the key value pair, which is nothing but the key value pair. So so many key as of now, I'm having the number of keys and values. Okay, so in this way you can design the object. So the same time coming to the array, can I create the can I create the multiple objects? Can I create the what I mean said that? Can I create the one second? Okay, I'm getting the messages. Okay, so can I create my door? See, my task. Okay, my task. So how to create multiple? How to create the array? How to create array with multiple objects? I can say the multiple or collection list of the objects. So simple word is a list of the objects. How to create the list of the objects? How to create the array which contains the list of the objects? You can say that. How we are going to create that? So for example, let me create the some array. So as per discussion, I'm going to create the one customer array. So let me say that this is a example 4. Okay, example 4. This is a 3 examples completed, right? So I'm saying that example 4. So here I'm going to take the where customer 4. Don't give the space 4. Don't give the space and 4. So for just give the underscore here. If you wanted to give the space, don't give the space. Instead of the space, give the underscore. Okay. So here is equal to, I wanted to take the one array. I say that multiple, I wanted to take the multiple objects, right? So for that, I'm going to take the one object here. I'm going to take the one object. So let me say that simple thing. So I'm going to say the some name. Okay, name, and give I'm going to give the values like John. Anything is okay. So again, I'm going to give the some location. So I'm going to prepare the some proper alignment so you can easily understand. So location. So location here, I'm going to say that. So I feel that he is in the Washington. Okay, so I'm feeling that he is in Washington. And whenever, so keep in mind, whenever you completed the first key value and whenever trying with the second key value, give this comma. This is the super important comma. I missed this one. Just give the comma. Don't give the any special characters. Just give the comma. So that means that it is separating. I'm separating the one key value pair with the another key value pair. Comma. Just give the comma. Okay, so at the last key value pair, no need of to give that. So this is not necessary. Just remove the comma. Okay, so name, I'm having the John, and location is Washington. So and I wanted to create the one more key value. So just again give the one comma here. So we know that what is the array. So whenever we're going to give the collection of values, right? So collection of values. So everything collection of values in this, everything we are going to give the followed by the comma only, right? So here, so where something I'm going to say that IDs. So 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4, right? So instead of the 1 2 3 4, just I'm going to write down the object here. That's it. I'm going to write the object here. That's it. Okay. So first object comma second object. So I'm going to copy paste here again. So copy and paste here, and here I'm going to write the some. So I'm going to repeat the names only. So Clark and New Jersey. I feel that he is in the New Jersey. So he's staying in New Jersey. So that's it. So how we are going to prepare the two objects in the array? How we are going to prepare the uh, multiple data types in the object? And example one, which is a simple object. This is so each one every example I'm creating some complex thing. That's it. So that's it. So here I'm going to create the array of the objects. Okay, so if you wanted to see the so here I'm noted down then again. So here what I'm going to give the notes here in the sense. So array is nothing but the collection of values. I'm stressful, I'm saying that. So I repeated 4 times. Array is nothing but the collection of values. So example, value in the number, string. Again, array, you can say that within the array, undefined also you can define null, boolean, and again you can say that object. So as of now, value I have taken the object. So I have taken the object and object, anything is okay. Okay, now I'm going to say that um, console.log, I'm going to say the customer phone. Okay, I'm going to print that. So let me give the proper name here, customer phone. Okay, so now you can see the customer for here. Okay, so now it contains the two arrays. It contains the two values. Okay, so how we are going to prepare the array of the objects. Now the time is how we are going to access the value from the object. I'm printing the objects is okay. Now time is what is that in the sense how we are going to access the particular value from the object. How we are going to access the particular value from the object, how we are going to access the value. I wanted to access the John, I wanted to access the Washington, I wanted to show the only the John, I don't want to show the entire the thing. So how we are going to print the exact value in the console window, how we are going to print that in the sense actually that answer in the sense by using with the help of the key. By using the key we can print the data. So how we are going to, the way how we are going to do that in the sense, either you can go using the dot and you can use by using the index position. Okay, so for example, I'm going to take up the first example so you can get it easily idea that. So let me copy. So from example one. So for example, so how we are going to, the main target in the sense, how we are going to access the value. So I wanted to print the John value to in the application. How we are going to do that in the sense, so you, either you can use the dot notation or by using the signature, and you have to take the help of the key. Okay, so as of now, what I'm going to tell, right? So let me take the console.log. So let me comment it this one. So here, so you can take two ways. So take the customer one. So you really wanted to print the John, right? I said that by dot notation or index of signature. Okay, so for that, what I'm taking the dot, and I said that with the help of the key. Okay, so what is that, right? I'm going to tell the name or syntax. I missed the syntax, so here you can do that. So syntax in the sense what I can say that, right? Something, so obj is equal to um, some value, so I can say that certain data is okay, fine. So what I'm saying that, right? Obj something, just imagine that obj, so obj is one kind of object, so you can take by the key, or can say that this one object dot key. Key is always when you are going to put by using the signature, index signature, use the double quotes or single quotes also okay. Okay, so now see that, so first one, so when I'm going to take the first signature, this signature first of all. So because of my favorite code, I'm going to, when I'm going to call the, when I'm going to print the values, I'm going to use the this kind of signature only. Okay, so most of the cases, so here I'm going to, what I'm going to take the key value, so that's it. So now it will give the value John. So this is the nothing but the signature index. In the signature index, just to give the key. So key, just to give the, when you're going to give the key, give them some double quotes, single quotes also, that's okay. Okay, so now I'm going to print the value. So on console.log, so console.log, and see that value, last value, I see that John. So I see that John. Okay, I see the John. Okay, I'm going to for understanding. So in this way, you can access the value. In this way, we can access the value. Just to keep in mind, this is the syntax. Otherwise, how about the dot notation? So by using the dot notation also, you can get the same output. Same output you can by using the dot notation also. So just I'm going to use the dot notation. This is also okay. Same output. You can get the same output. You will receive the same output. Either dot notation or either index position. Same or okay. Either by dot is okay. Either by index also it's okay. okay, by index. So I'm saying that index. So either dot or index is okay. So customer one dot name customer one index, it will give the same position, same output. Okay, so but so what's your favorite? That's up to yours. So which one you want, you can take that, but better you use the index position. Better you use the index position. So based on situation, we have to select either dot or index. So always it won't give the error. This kind of syntax, it won't give the any error. So why in the sense? So for example, I will tell you that when the situation will come, I will tell you that. So for and one more example. So one more example. So same example from the example two, from the example two. So I wanted to print the name from the just now we have seen the example two, right? This one. I wanted to print the name for from the this object. Okay, the same term. So I'm going to copy. So I'm going to copy this one, copy and paste over here. Okay, by dot and customer two. So here I'm going to take the customer two, right? Just I'm going to copy and paste here. This one I'm taking the another example. Keep in mind I'm taking the another example, not the example one. So taking another example. So this example to contain the different topics. So I wanted to print the name. You can same thing. You can get it that no issue. So so by index. So I'm going to tell the something customer underscore two. I'm going to remove this one as of now. One console log is enough for us. So because of it will give the some problems. So I'm going to remove this one. So I say that customer two. That's for understanding purpose. That's good. So I'm saying that customer two. Okay. So customer two. I'm taking that. I'm going to give the same data. So you see that now you see the customer two. It's a clerk. So in case even if you wanted to modify, you can modify the values also. I wanted to get the price. I wanted to get the price. So take the price value here and paste here and see that I will get the price value. You can get the price also. No issue. So this is for name. This is for price. Okay, price. I'm saying that price. Okay, price. Okay, so now back to the application. Back to the application. So here, now here, coming to the here, keep in mind everything. Keep in mind here. I'm going to write the one comment here. Here name is the property. Just to try to understand. Here, name is the property. Here, here price is the property. So price is the key. Name is the key and price is the key. Something key. We can say that some situation I will say that property key as I will use the one keyword, say that property key, I say that. So I'll say that property key also, that's okay. So this is a full name. And coming to here, this one Clark, I would say that terminology wise I'm saying that JavaScript terminology wise I am saying that. So here what I'm telling that this one I'm telling that this will is a property value. So because of art and that those are the properties actually. So here I can say that this is also one kind of a property value. So terminology wise I'm saying that. So here, so what I'm saying that 100.09 property value. Okay, name is the property key. Some key I say that property is the common only, but when I'm saying that a property key in the sense, don't confuse on that. Okay, now next point is now time to remind one property. One thing is time to remind the property of the length. So there is one length right from the string. So just to try to understand, we did that length last class. Just to try to remember what is the length exactly. So why I'm telling in the sense, I'm going to take the one some customer ID. let me say that customer ID is equal to 1. Okay, so why I'm telling this one, in the sense, time to remind why the property, the length, string length is the right. So if you have the some if you have the string, if you wanted to find the length, we use the length property. Okay, so now what I'm doing, right, see that. So for example, so what I'm telling that why where, so I'm going to take the customer. So I'm going to take the customer 4 is available. I'm going to take the customer 5, something. I'm going to take the customer 5. So here, see, keep in mind, see that what I'm doing here. Keep in mind what I'm doing there. Here, I'm going to take the number. I say that key. So I said that key, right? So I'm taking the key in the sense, I'm going to take the key like kind of a 1. So 1 as of now, I'm taking the key as a 1. So I'm not taking the as a string format right now. I'm taking the 1, and I'm going to take this something. Peter Junior. Okay, so Peter Junior, I'm taking that. Okay, so now what I'm taking, right? So now try to understand here. Otherwise, you can here try to understand here. So I'm taking the 1. Okay, so now see that what is I wanted to get the Peter Junior not by calling the key directly. Indirectly, I'm going to call different way. See that? So signature, why I'm saying the signature in the sense, I will tell you that what is the main use of the signature. So here I'm just to copy here this one, whatever I did that, just I'm going to copy and paste here. So everything I did the copy and paste only. Okay, so I'm going to copy and paste here. So here what I'm doing, right? So customer 5 for understanding console log customer 5. So I wanted to my requirement is I don't want to, I know that. So whenever I'm going to customer 5, and if I'm going to say that 1, what will happen? I know that it will give the Peter Junior. I know that. But instead of the 1, see, first of all, I'm going to show you the output here. So so already it will be showing the output. So see this, what will be the output here? It is the Peter Junior. We know that. So key is nothing but anything here. So even if you go to the string also, if you wanted to have the confusion, you can get the same value. Even if you are not string also, it will give the same position. But okay, so now the thing is here, now the thing is, I don't want to apply this kind of a hard coded value. Okay, so can I use this customer ID here directly? So instead of the 1, I'm going to remove here customer ID. That's it. I'm just going to remove the customer ID. I'm going to remove the 1. Instead of the 1, I'm going to customer ID. I know that customer ID contains the it contains the 1 value. So instead of the 1, what I'm saying that instead of the 1, so instead of the 1, I'm going to pass the customer ID. I'm going to pass the customer ID. Okay. So is it fine? It will give the same output again. It will give the same output. Okay. Try to understand this concept. So sometimes when I'm going to tell the examples, you have to remind what about the last classes what we have discussed. Okay. So it will give the same output. Now, actually, sorry, actually, I will take some few times, a few minutes. That's it. So that will in the one position. Okay. So same time, how we are going to use the function. So after that, we can close the call. So how we are going to use the function in the object. Okay. How we are going to use the function in the object. So before that, you have to keep in mind this point. I already practiced up to yesterday regarding the function and string. This is the main powerful important concept. So every class is going to be linked into the another class, I said, right? You have to keep in mind this point. I already practiced up to yesterday regarding the function string. Okay. So here my question, how I can use the return function with the help of the object in the object with the help of the object, you can say that. So actually what is the thing, right? I wanted to use the I wanted to use the uh, you know use the function. I wanted to use the function which contains the return type. That function I wanted to use as the value in the object. Okay, so I know the function, I know the string, I know the return type function, I know the string. But what I'm telling that, right? Instead of the Peter Junior here, can I use the function, one function, which contains the return type? Can I apply that function to over here instead of the Peter? Okay, so for example, I'm going to take the one example. So for understanding, so I'm going to take the one example here. So let me say that one example. So just to try to understand this question. Okay, so I'm going to let me say that this is a customer 6. Okay, so I'm going to take the one example. Let me say that name John, this one. Try to understand what I'm saying. That what is the concept first of all. Here, I don't want the string value. I wanted to take the some function reference which contain the return is the something value. So for example, I'm going to take the one declaration function. So here I'm going to take the one declaration function here. I'm going to take the one declaration function here. So which returns the here, which returns the something, which returns the John Smith. Just to try to understand, I'm going to, so as of, for example, I don't want to write the John. Okay, so just for example, so same thing, I'm going to use the, let me say that this is a 5 only, otherwise I will go into it. So this one, so I'm going to use the, I use the some declaration function here. Okay, let me take the one thing. So I declare the one thing. Okay, so here, the same example, just I'm going to copy, and paste here. Just I'm going to copy and paste here. Instead of the John here, instead of the John, I'm going to call this one. Can I do this? So this one, can I do that? And what will happen? So this one. So what is happening based on this point, how we are going to access, we got it. When I'm going to call the particular, key, I can get the output. We already covered this point. Whenever I'm going to call the key, I will get the output. When I'm going to call the name, I know that Clark is something, it is it's getting. But whenever I'm going to call this one name, definitely it will be called. This function will be called. Whatever the return type, it will be print. Okay, these points, the little points we have to cover. Little points. The thing is thinking is the main important. Thinking is not, practice is important, not the thinking. Practice is the important. So when you are doing the practice, you will get the many ideas. Okay, so here, when I'm going to think the object in your mind, you have to get this point. How to use the function the object in the sense. So this point you have to cover in in your mind. Then my question: how can you use the return function in the object? So this is the way you can return the object. Okay, now we can see the data now. So so actually I'm preferring the alignment because of we can easily understand purpose. That's the reason only I'm preferring the alignment, proper alignment. That's it. There is nothing. Okay, so now I believe that this is in the proper alignment only. So otherwise you can understand like this. So the function which returns the value, okay, which returns the John Smith. So I'm going to use the function. So now see that how we are going to call the function. Now I'm going to call the function. So how we are going to call the function? Okay, so how we are going to call the function? So let me say this is the example 6, and let me say that is the 6. Okay, so I'm going to call in the function. So customer 6 dot other dot or index signature, that's okay, name. Customer 6, I'm going to call this name. What will happen? It will be fired. It will be triggered. Anything is okay. It will be fired or it will be triggered. It will be executed. It will be hit. Any keywords also okay. So any English keywords also okay. When I'm going to when I'm going to call this, when I'm going to that, what is the meaning of this? When I'm going to calling this name, when I'm going to call the name, name key, I can say that name key. When I'm going to call the name key, okay. So what is exactly it's happening? So whatever I'm going to get the output, let me say I'm going to print that into the one console.log. Console.log. See that what will happen. Otherwise, I don't write the console log dot. Um, I'm going to write. We know that. So when I'm going to call the hit that, it will definitely it will hit and it will return the some data. I know that. So what I'm doing right simply what I'm doing right now here. I'm going to write the var customer name, something I'm going to write on. Just try to understand what I'm doing here. When I'm going to call this one name, it will be hit. So it will return simply John Smith. So that value I'm capturing through this customer name. So whatever the value, I'm going to store into this value. So what kind of value I'm going to, so whenever I'm going to call this one name, so name it can in the get customer name. So I'm going to calling this one name. When I'm going to forcefully, I'm telling to the call the name. So I'm going to call the name. So what will happen? It's going to be hit over here. It will simply return the value. So now whatever I'm getting the value, I'm storing to the customer name. That's it. Okay. So now I'm going to print the data. So console.log customer name, I'm going to printing data. So now save that. So last value, see that last value, you got this John Smith. Okay. So simple, very, very simple thing. Okay. Try to understand the logic. That's it. Nothing in here. So you can say that. So here you can say that. So when I'm going to call the name. Okay. So when I'm going to, when I'm going to calling this one, so it's internally I am attached the, I'm not I'm at, so the main thing is the value is the main important. So anyway I'm not taking the direct value, indirectly I'm taking the value from the function. That's it. I'm indirectly taking the value. I'm not directly attacking the value. I'm not directly initialize the value. Indirectly I'm taking the function which contains which returns the data. So this one question is this one, answer is I got it answer. So first of all question is important, then we have to prepare the answer. I'm taking the function which returns the value. So that kind of function I'm going to take it. I'm giving to here. That's it. Okay. So here the same syntax again. You can if you are any doubt, can you can click with the way using the dot notation. That's no problem. It's give the same output. Even this also, let's give the same output. Let's give the same output. Okay. Now, so now what is the point? Now this is the way you have to handle that. Okay, so up to here this today is okay. So tomorrow class, so not tomorrow, so Monday class, try to practice everything. If you practice this thing JavaScript, you can attempt the interview in the first only, the first attempt only you can get the job without my help also anything. So whatever JavaScript also enough for getting the as the Angular developer. So if you concentrate only 5% on the Angular, if you concentrate 95% of the JavaScript, you can get the job in the first attempt only. Okay. So try to understand each and everything, whatever I'm telling, explain that each and every except. So everything I have given the comment section. So if you're not understand my comments, so just let me know on that. So I will modify the comment and I will give you that. So everything I have followed with the comments. And so to next class, how we are going to modify the object, how we are going to adding the new property through the object, how we are going to delete how we are going to delete the key in the object. Okay, and a few more concepts about the how we are going to some objects related advanced, and how we are going to use the loops, for loop, something loops are there, for loop and while loop. So once we complete the loops, so then almost we cover the JavaScript. Some few concepts I have to explain. So some examples I have to explain. So it will take hardly 2 to 3 classes for me to complete the entire the JavaScript. Okay, so try to focus each and every class. That is my recommendation. If you are not understand anything, just let me know that. Okay, so that's it today class. We will meet on Monday. Okay, thank you.